organic, unpredictable, unknown, lovely, beautiful, a sense of fulfillment. This is part of the pleasures of life and not the chores of life.
Coming up on Daily Iowan TV, May scare in Mayflower, what led to the evacuation of the dorm's lobby on Monday.
Deja vote. Voters will decide again if Johnson County will build a new Justice Center. We preview all sides of this issue.
And in sports, another Monday, another diamond edition of our Monday evening whip around.
All that and more.
Daily Iowan TV is just getting started.
I'm Tom Brokaw. For more than 100 years now, the University of Iowa community has been waking up to the Daily Iowan. Today, it's the largest newsroom in eastern Iowa. And now you can see the news every night on Daily Iowan TV and get it anytime worldwide at dailyiowan.com.
Thanks for choosing Daily Iowan TV. I'm Ian Martin.
And I'm Stephen Duran. Well, two separate bus collisions mark the beginning of the penultimate week of the spring semester.
Yeah, a CAN bus hit a 66-year-old man Monday morning at Clinton and Jefferson Streets. The incident occurred around 8 a.m.
The unnamed victim is at the UIHC and is being treated for non-life-threatening injuries.
Not the only one. Later in the day, a man was arrested after his Toyota truck collided with a Coralville transit bus. The driver hit the bus as it was making a turn on Riverside and Iowa Avenue. The bus then followed the truck to the Pentecrest until it stopped.
And get this, by the time authorities arrived, the driver was asleep in the parked vehicle. He was led away in handcuffs while his car was towed. There was a dog in the vehicle as well. It was taken by the Johnson County Animal Services. The driver is believed to be the only person who suffered an injury in the accident. The lobby of Mayflower Residence Hall was evacuated Monday afternoon after powder leaked out of an envelope. Students were confined to their rooms if they stayed in Mayflower during the ordeal, while others waited outside. Johnson County's Hazardous Materials Division arrived around 1:50 p.m. along with police and firemen. Eventually, a postal inspector analyzed the powder and found it to be a food filler. The mailroom and lobby were reopened to everyone after it was determined there was no threat.
Back on the ballots on Tuesday is the Johnson County Justice Center. Daily Iowan TV's Kelsey Clemmy has the story on what's changed since the last time this was brought up for a vote and why students should care.
In November, the proposed Justice Center referendum was narrowly struck down by only securing 56% of the 60% of the supermajority vote needed to pass the building. Now, the issue is returned with some modifications. The previous Justice Center had plans of 243 beds and 6 courthouses, but the new plan reduced the number of beds to 195 and courthouses to 4, with the project estimated to cost a grand total of $43.5 million. While the plan may have been modified, concerns on both sides of the issue still exist. For those that are in support of the referendum, safety and security in the current building take priority. Drew Lakin, the Criminal Justice Coordinating Committee student representative, talked about how students were among those that could be negatively affected if a new Justice Center were not to be built. He cited the lack of metal detectors, narrow hallways where both jurors and accused must share, and inefficient entrances as among some of the top concerns.
This problem isn't going away. If we don't do something now, we're going to continually send over $1 million to other counties to facilitate our needs.
However, there are those that are against the Justice Center, citing concerns of the temptation for officials to fill the space when it's available. They've also criticized the overall criminal justice system as needing changes before continually adding more structures to what they consider an already failing system. The one thing that both sides agreed on was concerns for students. Since students visit the facilities for classes, jury duty, or if they are incarcerated, Lakin stated that the Justice Center referendum being brought back so quickly was actually so that students from fall would have the opportunity to vote again. Students on either side of the issue can vote tomorrow. Kelsey Clemmy, Daily Iowan TV.
While voters will decide a future in the new jail in Johnson County on Tuesday, many are also aware of issues that exist in the current facility. Johnson County Supervisor John Etheridge told Daily Iowan TV the current lock system at the jail is no longer manufactured. When parts break, they must be refurbished. However, there could be a chance the county will have to update the system even if the Justice Center does pass. If this were to happen, it would cost the city more than $1 million to revamp the jail as well as to send inmates to other counties for up to 60 days.
The UI Provost's office announced a new Office of Outreach and Engagement, which will begin operating on June 1st. Current epidemiology professor Linda Snetzelar, pictured here, will be the interim provost heading the office. According to the release, the new office wants to promote dialogue and collaboration between students, staff, and faculty. The first major project of the office is creating a web portal for outreach with a database of local projects and a calendar of engagement activities.
Public Space 1 will be leaving the Jefferson Building in June as the group looks to upgrade to a larger, more permanent venue. Officials have yet to set an official moving date for the space, although it will likely happen after a June 22nd exhibit. Public Space 1's current location in the Jefferson Building basement seats fewer than 100 people and hosts concerts, performances, and some UI clubs. According to the director of PS1, John Engelbrecht, the venue is looking for a long-term solution to be host to larger events, even though it's only been in the Jefferson Building location for 5 years.
Still to come on Daily Iowan TV, honorary doctors, a report on how the University of Iowa decides who gets an honorary degree at graduation.
And Iowa basketball's longest tenured employee retires. Details in sports.
But first, our Megan Tickner joins us for her first May weather forecast. Megan, it was beautiful in Iowa City on Monday, but what does the rest of the week hold?
Well, it should be pretty nice for the most part, so get outside and take advantage of it. Tuesday morning will be a high of 52 degrees with clear skies. The afternoon temperatures will rise to a high of 77 degrees with partly cloudy skies, and by nightfall that temp will be in the low 70s. Looking at your extended forecast, the temperature should stay in the mid-70s all week, at least until the weekend. There's a slight chance of rain on Wednesday, Thursday, and Saturday, although it'll probably hold out. The weekend shows a few below average temps, Saturday at 70 degrees and Sunday at 61 degrees with partly cloudy skies. Well, that's all I have for your Iowa City forecast. Now let's get back to the news.
The University of Iowa will give out 2 honorary degrees in 2 weeks at the commencement. Although a Daily Iowan report finds the UI gives out significantly fewer honorary degrees than other Big Ten universities. The UI Associate Provost Tom Rice said the university isn't concerned about how many they're going to give out, but making sure they give out honorary degrees to those who have a strong connection to the state of Iowa. Iowa has given out 28 honorary degrees in the past, including a former Iowa basketball coach, Vivian Stringer, and the originator of the Gallup poll, and the former Daily Iowan editor-chief George Gallup. Also, none were given out for more than 25 years until 2007. For more on honorary degrees at Iowa and in the Big Ten, check out Tuesday morning's print edition of the Daily Iowan.
Outside of Iowa City, the United States Senate on Monday passed a bill that could see states collecting sales tax for purchases made online. The bill likely faces obstruction in the House, though, where some Republicans regard it as a tax increase. Under current law, states can only require retailers to collect sales tax if the store has a physical presence in the state.
Previous Medal of Honor recipients traveled to Newtown, Connecticut on Monday to honor the 6 educators killed in the December massacre at Sandy Hook Elementary. The Congressional Medal of Honor Society chose the 6 women to receive the Citizen Honors Medal because they exemplified courage, sacrifice, and selflessness in trying to protect students from the gunmen. The Citizen Honors Medal is the highest award given to a civilian. Now it's time for a look at Hawkeye sports. Annie Costable is ready to take it away. Annie?
Hey guys, and welcome back to the Daily Iowan TV Sports Studio. Big Monday show for you on tap as we get you caught up on everything going on in the world of black and gold athletics. We start on the diamond, where it's been the tale of 2 different seasons for the University of Iowa baseball and softball teams. While Jack Dom's squad can see their postseason dreams slipping away after another nightmare of a season, the UI softball team is having their best season in 4 years. The softball Hawks have wins to show for in 6 out of their last 8, while the men's longtime coach has to be feeling his seat getting warmer, especially with his team's bats going cold at a crucial part of their 2013 campaign. For more on everything going on at Duane Banks and Pearl Field, we send it out to our Monday evening whip-around crew with our own Chelsea Brown ready to get things started. Chelsea?
Hey guys! guys, and welcome back to Monday Evening Whip Around. To start things off, I'm here at Dwayne Banks Field with your update on the Iowa baseball team. They competed against the Michigan Wolverines this weekend, ending in a rubber match, which the Hawkeyes led in the 5th inning 3-0, but the Wolverines came back to score a 2-run home run in the very last inning. Unfortunately, the Hawkeyes ended the score 4-3. But starting Tuesday, the Hawkeyes take on Nebraska Omaha here at Dwayne Banks Field. Now I'll toss it over to Allie Raisley with your update on the women's softball team.
Thanks, Chelsea. I'm here at Pearl Field, where the Iowa women's softball team will be practicing in preparation for the Big Ten tournament coming Thursday. The Hawkeyes swept Purdue over the past weekend and are heading into the tournament with a 5-game winning streak. They play on Thursday at 2 p.m. in Lincoln, Nebraska. That's all I have for you for the Monday Night Whip Around. Back to you guys in the studio.
Softball's on the rise. Baseball continues to sputter. As for the Iowa football team, the jury is still out. And with no word on who will be leading the Hawks from under center this fall, fans of the black and gold should absolutely be concerned. Daily Iowan TV Sports' Josh Bolander explains why.
Quite simply, they're an offense without a leader, a coaching staff in uncharted territory, a team without an identity. For much of head coach Kirk Ferentz's 14-year tenure, playing the Iowa Hawkeyes on a Saturday afternoon meant dealing with a physical run game and an experienced signal caller for 60 minutes. That will not be the case when the Hawks come out of the tunnel to the roar of 75,000 plus in Kinnick Stadium this fall. And with the ground and pound style philosophy that took the black and gold to multiple BCS games over Ferentz's tenure sputtering over the back half of last season, fans will almost certainly be turning up the heat on their head coach and hoping for a more dynamic offense when the Hawks lace up their spikes come fall.
It's a lot of no huddle today. Is that, A, does it help the quarterbacks, and B, you move in that direction?
Yeah, I don't know if it helps the quarterbacks. It maybe puts a little more pressure on them even, and but I think the harder we make it, that's not a bad thing.
It's come a long way. Before it was just the quarterbacks had no signals. Now everybody knows them. We don't really have to say a word unless we're checking something or changing something, and everyone's starting to get a lot better, and it's working very smoothly.
It's hard to blame a coach who took a doormat program to the top of the Big Ten in a few short years, but the word is that Ferentz is nowhere closer to turning the keys over to the offense now than he was at the start of spring ball. And while patience is certainly a virtue, especially with the Hawks head man coming off his worst season in over a decade, one would have to wonder if any of the 3 quarterbacks currently vying for a roster spot will be able to handle the criticism that will undoubtedly come as the Hawks' head signal caller, something that crippled a senior starter in his final season in Iowa City just a year ago.
I think all of them are doing some good things. All of them have things to work on, and we'll try to address those things moving forward. And the obvious thing is none of them have played yet.
Obviously, things will change. Playmakers will emerge. Chances will be taken. But for now, Kirk Ferentz is choosing not to show his cards. And why would he? His future as the head Hawk at Iowa could ride on that decision. Josh Bolander, Daily Iowan TV Sports.
While 3 quarterbacks continue to try to put their name on the map in Iowa City, one man who has made quite a name for himself in the Hawkeye State is stepping out of the spotlight. University of Iowa men's basketball director of operations Jerry Strom is retiring after 33 years with the program. Strom was a member of 6 Iowa basketball staffs that went to an outstanding 25 NCAA and NIT tournaments. Strom told members of the media Monday afternoon, quote, "I was living the dream. Working at Iowa was the greatest years of my life. It is and always has been about the people," end quote. That news coming from head coach Fran McCaffrey. Well, that's going to do it for us here in the sports studio. A whole lot more to get you on your Tuesday edition of the program, but for now, it's back to you guys at the desk.
Daily Iowan TV is the only place to see what's going to be in Tuesday morning's Daily Iowan. More details on the crazy day of bus accidents in Iowa City.
And read about the results of a Monday night Iowa City School District facilities meeting.
And if you can't pick up the paper, you can find those and much more online at dailyiowan.com.
Thanks for watching, and have a great night.